Welcome back, Natalie. We have talked about this a lot. There's a lot of things we miss about being in studio, even though working from home has had its perks. But one of the things we really miss is all the musicians. And we know a lot of the musicians in the Bay Area and across the country have been missing being back out on stage as well. One of those in particular, though, Eric Darius, who's from the Bay Area, who've had the pleasure in studio of joining us several times. But now what a treat to actually talk with you virtually now. Good morning. How are
Good morning.
you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you guys. I miss you.
I know. We miss your live music. I mean, you hear it all the time. We know you and artists all over the country. I mean, this has been difficult.
It's been extremely difficult. As a performing artist, traveling all around the world, it's been really challenging, just not being able to perform and doing what I love to do. But it's also kind of forced me to be creative and try new things outside the box to still be able to reach fans. So that's really what it's all about, just adjusting with this pandemic.
Well, how have you been doing that? You got a new single that you're going to perform here for us in just a moment. But what have you been able to do and work on in these last couple of weeks and months?
Well, yes, as you mentioned, I just released a new single just a few weeks ago called Summer Feelin, featuring Paul Jackson Jr. that I'm really excited about. But another thing that I've been doing for the last 5 months now is live virtual concerts right here in my living room for my fans. Because I think it's still important to keep the music alive, to keep staying engaged and interacting with the fans. And they need to be uplifted during this difficult time. So I'm doing everything I can do to keep them entertained, keep playing music for them. And it's just been amazing, just being able to bond with everyone. People are literally tuning in from all over the world, from Italy to Spain to Morocco to Brazil, Japan. And so it's really cool just to be able to stay connected with everyone.
I love that. You're probably,
I'm sure, thing about social media and all these mobile platforms that we have now.
You're getting even more fans out there. I'm curious though. I'm curious. So I feel like so many people, maybe like the amateur musicians, as a release started to pick up some instruments or maybe learn how to play. As someone like yourself, a professional musician, did you find yourself like wanting to take a break, or were you playing more on those long days of just sitting around the couch saying, what do you do now?
I think initially for me, I was like, okay, I get a little break. Because, I do close to 100 shows a year all over the world. So initially it was like, it's nice to actually have a little bit of a break. But after about a few weeks, I was ready to start performing again. So I found that I was practicing more, I was listening to music more, and just wanting to just be out there performing. So it's actually kind of fueled the passion and hunger to perform and keep playing my instrument.
Well, you're going to perform for us here in just a moment, but kind of give us the lowdown on when we can expect a new album from you. What is kind of the timeline in 2020, if you can have one these days, because I feel like everything is up for grabs.
Yeah, everything is really up in the air at this point. Obviously there's so many things that are uncertain, but people still want to the live music. So I released a single just a few weeks ago. And it looks like we're going to plan for an album release early 2021, probably in the spring. So we're still kind of adjusting the time frame as we go. But obviously, the sooner the better, and I want to get some new music out to them.
So live music for you, are you even looking at show dates or figuring out where you can go? Is it kind of just looking like 2021 will be when hopefully you can get back on stage in front of somewhat of a crowd?
That's the hope. As of right now, all of my shows have been canceled for most of this year. So the hope and the prayer is that, this pandemic is gone. We can get back to our regular lives and enjoying live music. So hopefully in early 21, we'll be able to get back to that again.
Well, Eric, for a first time, we're actually going to get a performance. I want to stress the website that we just saw there. That's the best place to stay in touch with you, correct?
Yes, absolutely. All of my music's there, videos, links. Social media links. So that's the best place where you can find me.
And what are you going to be performing for us?
I'm going to be performing my brand new single, Summer Feelin, featuring Paul Jackson Jr. I wrote the song during this pandemic. As a song, I felt compelled to write music to give people hope and inspiration about a better tomorrow. So that's what the song captures, that feeling of summer, of togetherness, family, and that's what the song represents.
Well said. We need more of it. Eric, take it away.